Greetings, soul beings. It's Shelly Bean. I hope you guys are doing well. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Thank you guys so much. So I'm here giving you guys your end of the year messages. I guess they can be considered as December 2025 messages, but I did have quite a few, not a few, but yeah, I guess a few downloads before I started recording that I actually had to write down because I was in the middle of doing something, and as usual, when I get some of these things that happen, it comes out of the blue, and I'm being encouraged to get a pen and paper and write it down as Divine Sources is giving me this information. So, with that being said, guys, this is going to be for the Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements of Capricorn Collective. Capricorn, I hope you guys have been doing well, and I hope you guys had a great holiday. And as always, guys, if you need a personal reading from me, my information is in the description area below. And also keep in mind that not every single message will be for every Capricorn. However, if you clicked onto my channel, more than likely there is a message for you. And we want to start with this Destiny, Sacred Destiny deck here. All right. Hold on, let me get this stuff out of the way. Okay. Okay, so Capricorn, let's see your first message from the Sacred Destiny deck. Holy Divine Spirit, what is the first message for Capricorn Collective at this time as we move towards the end of this year, 2025, from this deck? Please and thank you. Holy Divine Spirit, please guide me to the right card for Capricorn Collective. Nope, not taking falling out cards. Wow. Okay. So, and then we have fulfillment at the bottom of the deck. That's actually very, that coincides with what I'm going to be talking about, but potential. I laughed a little bit because I just did Sagittarius reading and they got the same card. Sagittarius got the same card. Okay, so what I'm getting from this, I'm getting, thank you, Divine Source. I'm getting the same message. So you guys got the same card and are encouraged. You guys are getting the same message that Sagittarius got. So with this potential card, Capricorn, so there's a lot of blue here in this card. If you can see, it's a mountain. It's at nighttime. It's a mountain, and at the very top of the mountain, you can see like smoke coming up from the mountain or volcano. Yeah. So, but there's a lot of blue. And one of the reasons there's a lot of blue in this message and in this card is because it talks about I relate that to creative expression and communication, and also your fifth chakra, which is your throat chakra. You know, your throat chakra rules, you know, communication and creative expression. So there could be a lack of expression for you guys that you're dealing with or have been dealing with. And as we go into the end of the year, you are being encouraged to work on your expression and work on your creative expression. Just like Sagittarius, there's different ways to tap into your creative expression. And there could also be things that, you know, creative expression can look very different. There's different ways that you can creatively express. That can be through communication, you know, verbally. That can be through arts, That can be through sports, that can be through singing, that can be through, there's different ways that you can express yourself creatively. And there could be a blockage with that because some of you guys, Capricorns, might not be expressing yourself the way you need to be, or might not be communicating certain things that you need to be. It could be with someone, or it could be with a group of people. It's different for everybody. But I'm going to read you specifically what the potential oracle message is. Okay. So Capricorn, this card appears when you are ready to activate your potential and step into your strength. This is the time to activate those gifts that you've had on the back burner in your life. You have incredible untapped potential. This is the time to allow it to flow. An inner wellspring of power is emerging. You have a profound spiritual power that is deep within you. Do not doubt your great authority and capabilities. A dormant volcano might indicate that you have uncomfortable emotions that you are repressing or keeping inside, thus creating emotional stress and inner pressure. It can also mean that you are on the verge of a great expansion of energy and life force. Okay, so some of you guys also could be dealing with repressing your emotions, not dealing with your emotions, not speaking up when you need to about something, not wanting to deal with the uncomfortable emotions that come with saying what's on your mind, or maybe even having tough conversations. I'm getting, but you are being encouraged by divine source to really tap into that, to allow yourself to feel those emotions. Number one, to allow yourself to feel those emotions. It is safe to feel those emotions. I feel like I have to say that to somebody. It is safe to feel your emotions. It's safe. So that is definitely some of what you guys could be experiencing right now, that you are being encouraged to work on at this time. And it'll definitely make a little bit more sense as to why this is being emphasized as I get into something a little bit later here. Meantime, Capricorn, let's see what other messages that you guys have as we are approaching the end of the year, 2025. Holy Divine Spirit, please lead me to 3 cards for Capricorn Collective in the end of the year 2025 messages. What's the 3rd message for Capricorn Collective, Divine Spirit? Okay. Okay, so the first message is no, and this is a no with an exclamation mark. So that's like a hard no. No, it says reconsider for the best. It's for the best to reconsider something, Capricorn, that you might have been thinking about doing. It's different for everybody, but you'll know what that is. I feel like for somebody here, there could be a no. I feel like there's a big no about reconsidering the way you're going to handle a situation, or the way, or what you're going to say to someone, or how you're going to say it. Okay. That's for somebody. And then we have a big yes with the exclamation mark. It says your intuition is correct. So that could be something, there could be something that's on your mind or has been on your mind, Cap, that you feel in your gut, in your instinct. This message is definitely for someone, or for some of you guys who have been feeling something in your gut that maybe you don't want to maybe believe that it's true, or just something that you've been battling with. It's definitely a gut instinct or gut feeling that you guys have been having. And if you guys have been having that, this is your answer for that, okay? It's just confirming what you guys already feel. And then we have career change. So some of you guys could be thinking about a career change as we prepare to go into 2026. All right. Okay. All right, Capricorn. Let's get a couple of financial messages here. Holy Divine Spirit, please give me a couple of financial messages for Capricorn Collective as we prepare for end of 2025. Please guide me to the right cards for Capricorn Collective regarding their financial situations. Holy Spirit, please and thank you. What's the second card? Divine Spirit, please and thank you for Capricorn Collective. Have a third card. Okay. All right. And this could definitely correlate with this career change here. So the first message we have, Capricorn, for you is money mantra. So this is a mantra that you can write down, speak out loud into the universe, and burn and release. If you don't want to burn it, you can maybe bury it outside in the ground, in the dirt. However it is that you want to release it, definitely at the least, you want to speak it out loud into the universe to affirm it, okay? The mantra is, my abundance never ends. A new door always opens for me. So that could be a new job, new career, promotion. I do feel like for some of you guys, it is very much career related or job related, okay? So that's the first mantra or affirmation that you definitely want to write down and speak out. Then we have, you are becoming more financially literate. Oh yeah, that helps. Now, I'm not surprised you guys, are getting this message. All right. So you are becoming more financially literate, Capricorn. And then we have financial blessings are yours as you provide support to those in need. So a lot of you guys are, if you're not now, you may find yourself by the end of this year, as we move into next year, you may find yourself wanting to do charity work, wanting to maybe volunteer, just maybe wanting to do more service to the community, or just providing service for the community, or providing those who are unfortunate, or who are less fortunate, I should say, who are less fortunate, and just wanting to be more on the humanitarian service minded side. So some of you guys might find yourself wanting to do that if you haven't already started. And those will definitely help open up more financial blessings for you guys as well. All right. I like that. I like that. All right, Capricorn. So let's get into what current blockages that you guys have. Holy Divine Spirit, what current blockages does Capricorn Collective have at this time that they need to be aware of, if they're not already aware? Holy Divine Spirit, please give me 3 current blockages for Capricorn Collective at this time that they need to be aware of. What's the second message? What's the second blockage for Capricorn Collective, Divine Spirit? And what's the third for Capricorn Collective? Divine Spirit, please and thank you. All right. Okay. All right. So Capricorn, the first one that came out, it says being cold. You seem unapproachable because you are aloof. Try being more friendly. Okay. And, you know, this is, I do know that a lot of times, Capricorn, that can be stereotypically, I should say, that could be a very common quality or trait that I know some Capricorns have. It's just, you know, the being very maybe stoic or emotionally detached, you know, kind of just having this bit of a detached energy about yourself. So for some of you guys, you could be very well exuding an energy of being unapproachable and being aloof, maybe not even wanting to be bothered. So Divine Spirit is saying, encouraging you guys to be more friendly. Okay. So that could be, that's definitely, you know, a blockage, or that creates a blockage, because there could be people that want to talk to you about certain things, or may, you know, they could be, you never know what opportunity arises from connecting with other people. But if we exude a certain energy that maybe repels people from approaching us or from talking to us or getting to know us, then those are opportunities that are missed. So that is to keep that in mind, Capricorn, that to be aware and more cognizant of the energy that you may emit outside of yourself when you're out and about, maybe at work, maybe in social settings. Okay, that's for some of you guys. And we have not being you. It says you are trying to project a perfect image, but it's not really you. Be yourself. So some of you guys may be having difficulty in just being your authentic self, which a lot of us do. A lot of us have gone through that. A lot of us are still going through that. So that is obviously creating a blockage. Anytime we're not being our authentic selves, it always creates a blockage. If you're not being true to yourself, there's no way that things that are truly meant for you can really come in. Okay. So then the last message we have here is untrue stories. You tell yourself bad things, change your stories, and see the good that can happen. So that comes along with that, you know, self-limiting belief, or just telling yourself certain things that are just not true. And that definitely comes from a conditioning, something that a lot of times we start to get programmed or conditioned as we're children, or, you know, in our family environments, something that we've grown up with. There's a certain belief system, and then we start to believe it. Or if we're around a certain environment from the time that we're children, a lot of times we believe those things. So it's really about a conditioning that I feel like a lot of you guys may have been just programmed to believe and to think from a young age. So definitely those causes blockages in our lives in some way or another. So those are the current blockages that definitely need to be cleared. And one of the messages that I got regarding that was that, you know, 2026, and I'm giving the message to every sign, 2026 is the beginning of a new cycle for a lot of people. Okay, because this year, 2025, is year 9. 2026, we're going into year 10. You know, it adds up to a new cycle. All right. And 2026, you want to set the tone for 2026 and the new cycle to be a soft era, your soft era, which basically means you want to set up you want to set up 2026 and the new cycle to have a softer journey, an easier time, a more fulfilling journey. Is not to say that there won't be trials and tribulations and certain obstacles and challenges, yes. But even your new cycle in this next half in your life or this next cycle in your life, you're better prepared to deal with any obstacles and challenges. You're in a better place mentally, physically, spiritually, financially. You're better able to prepare with any challenges and obstacles that may come your way. And also, when you're clearing these blockages, you're allowing yourself to be freed up to receive the new blessings that have been waiting to come in. Some of these blessings and opportunities could have been, a lot of them were probably delayed, maybe even by a few years. So you just want to position yourself in that. And also, 2026 is going to be a year of saying what you mean and meaning what you say, even if it means being vulnerable and naked. So just like I told Sagittarius, being vulnerable is not a weakness. Society has conditioned us to believe that being vulnerable is weak, like being vulnerable is some weak shit. But no, it's not. Absolutely not. It takes a lot of strength and courage to be vulnerable. And not a lot of people have strength and courage to be vulnerable. So making yourself vulnerable and being vulnerable is an absolute compliment to yourself. And also, 2026, clearing these blockages are very important, because if not, 2026 will start off or will come in with a bang, and that's not in a good way. So also with 2026, when you are familiar with red flags from situations and people, you're going to be encouraged. You're being told now from divine source that when you see red flags, familiar patterns or red flags, it's important to move away from that ASAP. It's not recommended or encouraged to wait or prolong walking away just to see if a situation or a person is going to change. Your spirit and soul already know. And if you don't walk away when you see the red flags, you are choosing to participate in your own misery and its consequences. And it's not a punishment, but because we have free will, if we're choosing making decisions that we already see the red flags in the beginning, and we are still deciding to participate and engage in those situations, we are participating in our own misery. But it is free will. And we all have the free will to learn the same lessons over and over and again if we want to. We all have the free will to repeat the same lessons over and over again if we want to. It is our free will. Okay? But this is just a heads up. And a lot of times we are being tested. When divine source and Most High bring in people and situations into our life, they're being brought into our life to see how we're going to respond. Especially, it's like having a pop quiz, having a test. We're being tested to see how much we've learned so far. To see if we're staying true to what we've learned. And either you're going to pass the test or you're not. And if you don't pass the test, that's okay. That's an opportunity to still learn. That's an opportunity to still heal. Because a lot of times, if we are repeating the same situations, then that just means that that situation or that person is a mirror to us, that we still need to heal from something, that there's still some healing in a particular area that we have to do. And so it's all good. It's still a learning process, but these are the messages or the downloads that I got before I started doing the readings for everybody. And at first I was going to do a collective message, but I changed my mind because a lot of times my collective messages don't get that many views. So I wanted to make sure that more people hear this important download that I got, that divine source gave me toward, in terms of what it is that we need to clear out by the end of this year. So basically these blockages that I just mentioned to you, Capricorn, these are the blockages that need to be cleared, that either need to be cleared by the end of this year, or you need to at least be starting on clearing these blockages so you can set a better tone for 2026. So you can be in a better position to receive 2026, and setting a great foundation for 2026 starts with clearing some of these blockages. Okay. You don't want to go into 2026 with blockages that you need to start clearing. You want to already work on clearing these blockages by the end of this year. So that is a heads up that I'm getting from Divine Source, and I am passing the message. All right. What declare and decree messages do you have for Capricorn Collective? This is also something that you guys can speak out loud, recite, or write down and recite. Write down and speak out loud into the universe. This is another thing that you need to clear, Capricorn. What declare and decree message do you have for Capricorn Collective as we begin to close out the reading, Divine Spirit? Please and thank you. All right. So pulled that. And what's the second message? Any? Okay. Getting that. All right. All right. So it says, the first message is, all wicked rituals of sacrifice done against my ancestors is now destroyed in spirit and flesh. So you definitely want to say, I declare and decree. You can write this down. I declare and decree all wicked rituals of sacrifice done against my ancestors is now destroyed in spirit and in flesh. And you can pause that and write it down if you need to. Okay. And the second message, Capricorn, is, I declare and decree all internal fear of my divine power is now destroyed from my energy in spirit and in flesh. Okay. I like these messages, Cap. These are some raw messages, That's how my spirit guides roll. And lastly, let's get a tarot message for you guys. I don't know why I feel like some of you guys could be car shopping. Maybe wanting to get a new car by the beginning of 2026, or looking into buying a new car. Okay. Holy Divine Spirit, what tarot message do you have for Capricorn Collective as we close out the message? Please give me one tarot message for Capricorn Collective. Please guide me to the right tarot message for Capricorn Collective. I knew that was going to happen. Hold on, guys. What tarot message do you have for Capricorn Collective at this time? Divine Spirit, please and thank you. Okay. Okay, so we had the Magician that came out in reverse. So for me, what I get with this Magician in reverse, Capricorn, it really coincides with this declare and decree about rituals. All wicked rituals of sacrifice done against my ancestors is now destroyed in spirit and in flesh. Okay, because I immediately got with this Magician in reverse. For me, that's like, I feel like there's something or someone doing some type of black magic spell work. Dark magic, I'll say. Dark magic spell work. This can be done, guys, just through verbal statements. It can be in thoughts. So I do feel like with this Magician in reverse, there could be someone in your energy, Capricorn, whether it's family, friends, foe, colleagues, a lover, somebody, I feel with the Magician in reverse does not want you to manifest for success. There's definitely someone working against you. And again, this could be done through spell work, dark magic spell work. So let me be specific with that. Dark magic spell work. Dark magic spell work doesn't have to be somebody literally lighting up a candle and wishing the worst for you. It doesn't have to be someone that has a voodoo doll sticking pins into the voodoo doll. It could simply be what I said. It could simply be somebody thinking and giving you the evil eye, thinking negative thoughts towards you. It could be jealousy, envy. It could be somebody not wanting you to have what it is that you deserve. It could be someone not wanting to see you happy. And this can be done through words, because words are spells, okay? It can be done through words, and it can be done through just someone's thoughts of not wanting you to be happy. Whatever disdain or hate or whatever negative feelings that they have towards you, Capricorn, that's energy, that's dark energy, that's dark magic, that's dark magic spell work. And again, we have all wicked rituals of sacrifice done against my ancestors is now destroyed in spirit and in flesh. You are part of the ancestral bloodline, okay? So keep that in mind. So with that note, Capricorn, I hope that you found these messages helpful. These are, a lot of these were downloads that I got before I even started doing these readings, and I had to write it on paper. Divine Spirit stopped me in my tracks as I was getting these downloads, and I had to write it down because I was encouraged to make sure that each zodiac sign gets these specific messages regarding what needs to be cleared out by the end of this year, or what you need to be working on clearing out by the end of this year as we go into 2026. So with that being said, Capricorn, I hope that these messages were helpful. And I hope that they resonated as always, guys. Until the next upload, be well and be at peace. Ashe.